Okay, so we need to choose what remote collar you want to use for Reya. So we have the Dogtra remote collar, which is more for like working line dogs. This it is $239, so $240, and it reaches up to 3/4 mile range. It's waterproof, right? Yep, it's waterproof. It has 127 levels, and you know, it's a good collar. You just have to choose which style you prefer, whether it be the Dogtra or the e-collar technologies. So we're going to go over the functions of this collar, which is the Dogtra collar. So you turn it on with this blue button here, and you can adjust the levels, you know, 14 all the way, 0 all the way up to 127, which is high, which you're not going to need that for anything. But to turn the level up and down, you have to be able to work the knob. To turn the collar on, there's a blue button on the back. You push and hold it. Green light lights up, means it's on. The first button right here on the front is the pager. That just means vibrate, right? So it'll vibrate when you stimulate. The button up top is nick, which means it'll give a quick stimulation. If you see the green light, it'll just stimulate for just a quick second. And then continuous, which would be the bottom button right here, you push and hold and it will continuously stimulate. So when we're working on teaching Reya what the remote collar means, we will both use continuous to teach her, and then nick to tell her, hey, I didn't like what you did. Nick, don't do that. So you have this option, which is the Dogtra. It's rechargeable, so you have that bonus as well. You don't have to worry about changing the batteries. And then to shut it off, it's that button, push it shuts off. Pretty simple, pretty easy. So that's shut off. We have the mini Educator, which has a few more gadgets to it, I would say. So button on the back right here, push and hold that, turns on the remote. Now the trick is this does not have a button to turn on. This turns on with a magnetic key. Magnetic key is on the remote. Touch them together, it's on. It'll flash green to let you know it's charged. So the buttons on this, you have different features. So the T is the vibrate, so it's the same thing as the pager on the Dogtra. Excuse me. Wow, gosh. So push it, vibrate, right? So right now you see the 1D is flashing. That means you can adjust the level. What this has that the Dogtra doesn't is you can actually, like, let's say you want level 40, you can lock it down and then you can't accidentally move it up or down, right? So that means this is momentary level 40 and this is continuous level 40. So just to show you, continuous is the red button, momentary is the black button. But what you can do is change that. This little M/C button right here on the back, you can actually push and hold it. You'll hear a beep. Now what that means is it's momentary. Every button, these two buttons are both momentary. This is momentary 40, and then this red button is momentary boost. Now it's +5. You can adjust that to +15, +20, +30. That way, for example, if Reya's pretty good at level 20, for example, and you say no, 20, and she fixes herself, if for some reason the cat, she can ignore level 20, you can make this level 40, 50, 60, whatever. That way it's like a big jump, like no, without having to adjust this. So that's the feature I like with the e-collar technologies. This is $199, and then I suggest getting the quick strap, which is an additional $25. So this one is waterproof, but it only reaches a half mile versus 3/4. It does have a flashlight. I don't believe this one does. So basically you could have Reya have a flashlight on by pushing the on-off button. It has a 2-year warranty. I'm not sure the warranty of the Dogtra. There's 100 levels of stimulation. So this has 127, so it does go up a little bit higher. So you have pros and cons to both of them. It's just whatever you prefer. So just let me know which one you're leaning towards. We can't just slap a collar on Reya and start stimulating. That's not how we want to teach her, because then she's going to become collar savvy, which just means she'll only listen if this is on her. We have to first condition her to the collar, just having her wear it without training her on it, and then we have to teach her certain commands before we can even start using the collar. You know, we have to teach her come when called and go to place. Those are the two main ones we have to teach her, so that we can teach her how to turn off the stimulation through escape conditioning, and that's something I would explain in further training. So turn this collar off, remote, magnet, push this button, push and hold it down, and it's off. So you just gotta let me know which you prefer, whether it's the Dogtra or the e-collar technologies. Either one's fine with me. Just let me know and we can get her started on training with the remote collar.